Welcome back to the Reidel Law Firm Library and Odyssey channel. I know it's been a while. I've been traveling, doing lots of stuff overseas. Glad to be back in the office, so happy to continue working with my clients and made some great new friends overseas. I want to chat today a little bit about some commentary. I've been traveling quite a bit. Wanted to share some thoughts on countries that I won't be doing business with in the near future and some of the reasons for that. And so we'll start that in a second. If you need help with international trade law, reach out. There's details in the description below. It's what I do. I only do a handful of things. I do them very well. I don't go to court. I don't do personal injury or do any medical or tax law. I do international trade. So I get products in and out of countries legally and minimizing the tariffs. So give me a call. Let's chat about how we can help you. So let's jump right into it. So countries that I will not be traveling to or doing business with in the near future. I'm going to start right off with Venezuela. This one's a tough situation. It's a beautiful country, great people, but the risk there for Americans is very high, and really anyone, I guess, but in particular Americans. There's risk coming from two sides. There's coming from the U.S. sanctions on Venezuela, so it makes it hard for us to get money in, get money out, to do business with people in Venezuela or have a business in Venezuela. That is a major risk factor. That can be handled, right? As a U.S. person and handling sanctions, I know what I do. I know what to do, right? I know how to mitigate that, how to make sure you're safe, and making sure that you are not triggering any of those sanctions restrictions. On the other hand, there are in-country issues that make it very, very risky as well. Politically, they have nationalized industries and businesses that were owned by Americans. No one got compensated for that, so you just lose it, right? You built a business there for decades or years, and it's gone in an instant. So politically, Venezuela has a lot of risks there, and unfortunately, I won't be doing business there anytime soon. But there's a whole wide world out there. Another country, this one's probably surprising, Germany. I won't be doing business in Germany anytime soon, not because of any political reasons really, but their energy costs are just outrageous, and their labor costs are enormous. So it is a difficult climate to do business in Germany. They have certain labor laws that make it difficult to deal with people locally there. They have a lot of vacations there, and I think it's paid and stuff like that. So Germany is just not a very business-friendly country from that perspective. So I won't be doing business there. Again, a beautiful country, lovely people. It's where my ancestors came from, or part of my ancestors. But unfortunately, they're just not business oriented like they used to be, and I don't, we'll see how the rising energy and labor costs are going to impact their exports. I mean, they're a major exporter of machinery and industrial goods, and I think they're going to end up pricing themselves out of the market. So we'll see. Another country that I won't be doing business with anytime soon, primarily for political reasons, is Rwanda. I used to be very bullish on Rwanda 10, 15 years ago. Their president was pro-business. He was favored by the U.S. They had great relations. Since then, that's deteriorated, unfortunately. He's kind of made some bad decisions with his neighbors and irritated his neighbors, and capital is leaving Rwanda, right? There are less people doing business there. It is not the financial or banking center or business center of Central Africa any longer, or if it won't be for much longer. So I won't really be doing business there. Like I said, I used to be bullish. I used to like Rwanda a lot. I still do in theory, right? But I just see the geopolitical tensions, and the risk is too high. The risk is too high to get involved there right now. So hopefully they'll make a turn, make amends with neighbors, and get back to being pro-business so that capital can fly in and do lots of great work there. Another country I just got back from, and I won't be going back anytime soon, unfortunately, and do business there, is Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is an extremely challenging market. Again, great people, beautiful country, but they have extreme structural challenges that they have to solve. Their currency collapsed 10 or 15 years ago, and I didn't realize that they have not recovered at all. They don't have a local currency. And when I was there, I never saw any local bills or anything. I don't know what they look like. You go to the ATM and it gives you out U.S. dollars, very worn and used U.S. dollars, but U.S. dollars. So they don't have a local currency. Their unemployment officially, I don't know, is probably 20%, but unofficially and realistically on the ground, it's 80%. It's just unbelievable. And it's very uncomfortable to be there trying to do business because the amount of unemployment and, I don't want to use the word desperation, but that type of attitude or environment you feel when you're there, it's not a good feeling. It's very uncomfortable when you don't know, how safe you are, right, in certain circumstances, or how trustworthy the people that you're chatting with or dealing with are. So, man, it's tough. I don't like that situation there. I wish the best for them, and I hope they recover. But they've got to solve some major political and economic issues before any capital is going to be available to that country, unfortunately. And really, the only businesses that I saw there, like actively growing or trying to do deals, was like Belarus and Russia, selling heavy machinery and stuff like that for farming. So, and one thing I'll say about Zimbabwe as well is that, like Venezuela, they have a history of nationalizing industries and nationalizing property, and taking it away from business owners, right, and property owners. So there's a huge risk factor there. Just, you can't do it as a business owner. So yeah, that one's unfortunate. Hopefully that will change in the future, and we will be able to do something there. I'm already involved in neighboring countries that hopefully we can do some good there as well. And then lastly, this one's probably a no-brainer for a lot of Americans at this point, but China. I used to be bullish on China in the past as well. I have good friends in China. I've gone to China and done business there. I've been scammed in China. I've lost money in China, tens of thousands of dollars, and it hurts, but that's reality. Now, and that was even before, or in the middle of the Trump administration, or before the trade wars and the antagonism really got dialed up to 11. And since then, it's just not realistic that I can do business there and can go there and expect a good business result. It's just very challenging, and it's not because of really the sanctions or anything, or from the U.S. side. We can do business in China. Got to be careful. But it's the Chinese side. They're not as pro-business as they used to be, I think, from what I understand in my experience. They used to welcome foreign capital very openly, right? And kind of had a reputation maybe to move mountains to get capital in and get business started. That's changed. I think maybe the attitude there is they don't need the foreign capital at this point, or they have what is necessary for them to do business on their own footing. So I don't know. I get that kind of a sense from it. I'm not positive, right? I'm not a Chinese expert or anything, but that's the sense I get, and it's made doing business difficult. Geopolitically, I think there's a rising mutual mistrust between Americans and Chinese, which is not good, but that's kind of trickles down from the political and the geopolitical atmosphere. Kind of trickles down into businesses, right? We don't know what to do. We trust these folks. So, so anyways, just wanted to share some thoughts and commentaries on that. Kind of a sad list, I guess, to round up. But just wanted to give some thoughts, right? People ask me about this in my travels and in my business. Where do I see doing business as a good thing or a bad thing, or where are the opportunities or not? Next installment, I'll chat about where I will be doing business and where I want to do business. I see some major gems out there of opportunity, and I'm actively getting out there. I'm trying to find ways to make deals and get in place, because the world is not a static place. Capital moves, people move, opportunities move, and you got to be ready. In business, you got to be ready to jump when the iron is hot, right? So anyways, thank you for joining us. Again, check out our website, reidellawfirm.com. Ping me if I can help you with anything international trade related or you just want to chat about some interesting ideas or thoughts. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.